Madam Chair, I yield 3 minutes to the gentleman from Ohio, Mr. Latta.
The gentleman is recognized.
Well, thank you. I appreciate the gentleman for yielding. Madam Chair, Speaker, I rise today in support of H.R. 1, the Lower Energy Costs Act, legislation offered by our majority leader that will fulfill House Republicans' commitment to America and focuses on one of the most pressing issues facing communities in Ohio and across the country. Over the past 2 years, I've heard from countless people in Ohio's 5th District that the soaring cost of energy has negatively impacted family budgeting, business operations, and agricultural output. One retired individual told me that his gas budget plan went from $100 a month to $160. Farmers in my district were hit hard because of the need to fuel their farm equipment and ag purchase fertilizer and other materials made from petroleum products. In 2022, operating costs for ag producers went up a whopping 30%. This resulted in higher food and grocery costs for consumers, eating up a larger share of the family budget. There's no way around it. Energy plays a huge role in America's economy. Plants in northern Ohio, such as glass, steel, food processing, depend on reliable and affordable energy. When I asked stakeholders at a recent Energy and Commerce Roundtable whether we need more or less power in the future to meet demand, it was unanimous. Our economic future depends on the generation of more power, not less. Unfortunately, the Biden administration's policy of restricting access and production of energy resulted in higher costs. After promising throughout 2020 that he was going to shut down American energy production, President Biden came into office and immediately canceled the Keystone XL pipeline, which would have carried 830,000 barrels of oil per day from Canada. This ill-conceived order also eliminated good American-paying jobs. He then halted new oil and gas leases on federal lands, slowed or halted the permitting process for new oil and gas projects, and authorized financial regulators to issue new rules to make it harder to invest in the oil and gas industry. Instead of recognizing that his failed policies were causing prices to increase, the administration called on countries like Russia, Venezuela, Saudi Arabia, and other OPEC nations for relief and authorized historic releases from our strategic petroleum reserve to manipulate the markets. To the surprise of no one, all of these gimmicks failed, and the American people have paid the price. That ends today. H.R. 1 represents the culmination of our early efforts to solve the problem of lowering energy costs. It will increase domestic energy production, reform restrictive and costly permitting processes, reverse the Biden administration's anti-American energy policies, and boost the processing and production of critical minerals. This legislation also includes my bill, the Refiner Act, to boost refining capacity in the United States. In order to meet the energy demands of the American people, we need more refining infrastructure to transform product into fuel and other petroleum products. We also need increased capacity to keep the prices of everyday goods down, like medicine, hygiene
products, gentleman's time
clothing,
has expired.
Home improvement products, and more. The Refiner Act will provide us with much-needed blueprint to do just that. I urge my colleagues
The gentleman's
to support
time has expired.
I yield back.
I reserve